Well, it was a pleasure to evaluate Nicole's second speech, which the purpose of was to organize your speech in a manner that leads the audience to a clearly defined goal, which she accomplished. The goal was to teach us or make us aware of the importance of making people feel welcome in social situations by introducing them. This was an important topic that I'm sure we could all relate to, and it made me think of times where I was at a social gathering and I didn't know anyone, and I had to introduce myself because the host was busy, or where I neglected to introduce someone. So it was a good kind of reminder to make sure that everybody feels welcome in a social situation. I like the way that she didn't stand behind the podium. She came out so that she could connect with all of us and make eye contact, and she did a good job of making sure she looked around the room and was speaking to each one of us. I like the opening, the way the anecdotes she told about, like in England, and she used some interesting vocabulary, like PM. It made me wonder what is a PM, but it kept me engaged. Like the word, what was that word? Kerfuffle. It's a word that makes you think. Probably it sounds like what it is, like confusion or something. But that was an interesting word, and it made it entertaining. The stories that she told along the way, each one had some value and added something to they were visual stories. You could imagine yourself being there, being in the situation where people were being introduced, or like the party where she spent 3 hours and was introduced to everybody. You could imagine yourself being there, so that was very useful. The speech flowed smoothly. There weren't places where she lost her place or had to think, what am I going to say next? And her use of body language was effective. The one thing that I would, suggestion I would make for improvement is, since the purpose of the speech was organized for speech, maybe like announce, like at the beginning of the speech, say, this is where I'm going with the speech, this is the point I want to make, and I'm going to do that by talking about this first, and then I'm going to talk about this, and then I'm going to talk about this, so that we could sort of follow the organization and structure of the speech. Overall, it was a very entertaining speech and flowed smoothly and was well done. Thank you.